Hi, so in today's video I'm going to show you how to fix the Roblox crash. One thing I want to mention right here is that this video is actually made for only fixing the Roblox crash specifically. This video wasn't done to fix the Roblox, for example, like the error 277. That's a error connection, internet of error. That's a different type of error. This video is specifically made to fix the Roblox crash, the strong crash, let's say. So now let's begin. By the way, make sure to leave a like to this video, subscribe to my channel, activate the little beautiful bell, and make sure to leave me also a comment for some moral support. And now let's continue forward. Method number 1, reinstall Roblox. So this is the program I'm going to use. Just click on free download right here. Just simply download it, install it, and that's pretty much it. Make sure to click on launch Revo Installer. Anyways, just click on finish. Going to open a page, just simply close it. So the procedure is actually extremely simple. Just select Roblox player for your name. Pretty much is going to be in this case for Zakpo. Simply just right click on it and click on uninstall. If you wish, you can leave this option right here. By the way, but anyways, just simply click on continue. In this case, it's going to try to create a restore point. Wait like 30 seconds or something like this. So I did uninstall Roblox. In this case, I recommend you to do the advanced way. Scan. Okay, maybe it's going to take like 1 minute, 2 minutes, something like this, because it's actually searching inside your whole system, inside all of your systems. So yeah, it's going to take a few minutes actually, maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. So yeah, just wait patiently. So he did found all of the stuff inside the registry of Windows. You can simply just click on select all and delete. Click on yes and you're good to go. It's going to take a while. Still he's doing something here, looks like. Yeah, just simply wait here a little bit. It's going to be quick. He also did found all of these other files, as you can see. Just once again select all, delete, yes. Just wait here to a little bit. Okay, looks like we did delete Roblox. For security reasons, I recommend you to do still one thing. Click Windows key plus R and type this command right here that you see on the screen. Then click on OK and see if you find still a folder called Roblox. You can see I cannot find the folder, usually something like here under the R, should be here written like Roblox. If you see a folder called Roblox, just right click on it and delete the folder if you see Roblox. But in this case, looks like the program did actually delete Roblox completely from the system. Well, the next step is actually extremely simple. Just simply go inside the Roblox website and just simply reinstall Roblox. And yeah, here we go. We are inside Roblox. Yeah, everything seems fine. Yes, definitely running good. There's some hackers running here. Some really weird hackers are flying. Yeah, it's not a very beautiful thing. But anyways, as you can see, Roblox is working. Method number 2, make some Windows updates. So, the next method, the next solution is actually very simple. Simply open your settings, go inside Windows Updates and check for updates. You wait a little bit depending on your internet speed connection. It's going maybe to take like 30 seconds to search, but to install is going to take maybe like 10 minutes if you're lucky. And if you have a very slow internet in your computer, it's very bad. As you can guess, it's going to take maybe 1 hour or 2 hours. Yeah, it's going to be a very painful and slow process actually. But if it's some small update, well, you can guess it's going to do it really quickly. Security Intelligence Gens update from Microsoft. Yeah, this is fine. This is nothing important actually. It's a small update as you see. This doesn't really change a lot. In fact, if I type Roblox player, yeah, it's working. Yeah, it's fine. Nothing changed. But just in case if you have to do like some really big, large updates like passing to some new build or something like this could actually potentially fix your Roblox crash. Method number 3, switching graphics API. So this method is actually very simple. You have to download the number 1 blockstrap, which is this one. Click on blockstrap and click on download. Make sure to install it, of course. Open it, install it. Click on yes in case you see something like this. Click on yes. Okay, that's nice. Going to have something like this. Click on configure settings. So I'm going to have a screen like this. For this method, I recommend you to go inside the engine settings and go in fast flag editor. This one right here at the bottom. Did previously already entered right here, but it will ask you for a warning. You have to accept the warning and we'll have this screen right here. Anyways, click on show preset flags. As you can see, you have these various flags right here. As you can see, it says here FF flag debug prefer D3D11. This one is the DirectX 11 from the Microsoft and is enabled by default. I want you to add 3 more flags right here. So one will be Vulkan, one will be DirectX 10, and one will be OpenGL. And make sure to try one of them and yeah, something like this. Let me show you now. So for example, I added here already the Vulkan and OpenGL. I simply click on add a new right here and you write, for example, for the DirectX 10, you write something like this. And if you want to use it, you here write on true. And in case you want to use the D3D, of course, I recommend this to turn off. And let me show you with the Vulkan API instead. So put this all on false. So this is the Vulkan. I want to set the Vulkan. I do true here. I write true with the large letter T, something like this, and then click on save. Things are saved. Nice. DirectX 11, DirectX 10, OpenGL, and Vulkan. So let's try with the Vulkan right now. I recommend now to close simply Blockstrap and reopen it and click on launch Roblox. So as you can see, it's running. It's running slowly for unknown reasons. It's running slow for some unknown reasons, the internet connection, I believe. As you can see, it's running. It's actually a very good. Yeah, this is Vulkan definitely. Just simply the game is loading slowly for some reasons, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But as you can see, it's loading. Yeah, it looks also very good and amazing. To check if it's running through the Vulkan for sure, we can check the log files of Roblox. Roblox itself, as you can see here, I did put my flags. As you can see, it did set the Vulkan to true. Let's see if it uses Vulkan as my device. Let's see it. So as you can see right here below, it has Vulkan and all of this data. As you can see, these are my GPU data. So my GPU data like the memory, the device. As you can see, Vulkan device, NVIDIA RTX 3060 laptop. Is my graphics card, the driver, the API. As you can see, this actually works. It's using my NVIDIA GPU for the Vulkan API. As you can see, this works. Now let's try also with the others APIs. Through OpenGL, let's see what it does. Save. So I believe it's really seriously using the OpenGL right now. As you can see, the shadows doesn't look even that really good. No, I believe it's okay. It's actually using the open. Okay, there is some weird artifacts going on there. Okay, it's quite CPU intensive, also GPU intensive. Something is going on really weird right here. Yeah, this is definitely the OpenGL API, I believe. Yeah, this is in case your computer has some very weird problems, and the only way is actually to play only through OpenGL, and yeah, it works. But yeah, I don't recommend OpenGL API. I either recommended the Vulkan or the DirectX 11, or just in really hard cases scenario also the DirectX 10. But yeah, OpenGL looks definitely very bad. But anyways, you can see you can also switch the graphics API in Roblox and it will work. Let's check out now the logs of Roblox to have the confirmation. Okay, as you can see right here, it says GL render my GPU. This is my GPU name. GL version 3.2.0 using the OpenGLS. Not having the normal OpenGL, the modern, the good one, using the OpenGLS, unfortunately, which is a bit sad. Yeah, as you can see, you can force him to play through OpenGL, Vulkan API, DirectX 11 or 10. Yeah, you can actually force it. And yeah, I really recommend this in case Roblox is crashing. As you can see, definitely using my NVIDIA GPU. As you can see, you can actually switch through Blockstrap, your graphics API, and that's pretty much it. And now let's pass to the next method if this method didn't work for you. Method number 4, checking hardware. This method is going to be a bit technical actually. I want you to open your task manager. You can simply write in the search bar of Windows Task Manager, this program right here. You simply open on it. It should be something like this. I am currently of course using the latest version of it. If you are stuck like on Windows 10 or something like this, it's normally going to be a very small window. There's going to be a small arrow, something like this. You just have to click on the small arrow and the whole real task manager should pop up to you. So what I want to do you right here is go inside the performance tab right here, and is to check if you have a good quality hardware. I mean, if you have a good computer. Anyways, I did make this part very long inside the recording, so let me explain you in a few words what I want you to do. Make sure you click on CPU, and I want you to identify your processor. You can understand Intel is the vendor, the Core i7 is the line of my CPU, the 750 is the model of the CPU, the number 10 is the generation of the CPU, letter H stands for high performance. If you have, for example, with the letter U, it means for ultra low power. If you have with the letter P, it's in between very high and not too powerful, not too weak. Something like this it means. Yeah, pretty much it. Here is another image, much way simple to understand. You can see this is for both Intel and AMD. In case you have AMD CPU, is the same thing as with Intel. So brand is AMD, tier Ryzen 5, so series of Ryzen 5, generation 5, and yeah, just as you see on the screen. So I hope you now understand what type of CPU you have in your computer. I want you now to click on the memory instead. And this is how much memory I have free. Make sure your computer has at least 4 GB of memory free. If you, for example, have instead 2 GB free or 1 GB free, that's a really big problem, and let me explain why. So as you can see, Roblox is currently using 1.5 GB of memory RAM, and previously shown if you have like 1 GB or 2 GB free, something like this, you can understand using all of your memory, and that's why Roblox could mainly crash. So for example, in this case, you could simply click on the hidden icons right here, button, this one right here, and you could close some of these processes. In this case, I have a lot of them. Could close Skype, for example. I could close this program right here. I could close this one. I could close Telegram. I could close Microsoft Teams to free a little bit of RAM, like 1 gig or 2 gigs of RAM. Normally these programs use quite a lot of memory are combined. Some, yeah, make sure these are all closed. Like not all of them, because some are needed to run some of your games and stuff. So some of them close, like Skype and stuff that you don't generally use. So another thing very common you may do is that, for example, you're playing Roblox and you could have, for example, the browser open right here. I just know this browser itself using 1 gig of RAM or 2, so make sure to close this browser right here, and so like this you have some memory free. Another thing I actually really recommend for all of those low-end laptops, or anyways low-end computers, is to simply lower down your graphics. I really recommend to check from the graphics from 1. I know it looks horrible as you can see, but we make sure to gradually check all of these boxes slowly to the maximus, and check slowly gradually check all of them, and check until you see Roblox crashes. I usually recommend like the half for low-end devices. Make sure also for the third box check something like this. Anyways, make sure to check them gradually and check until which one Roblox crashes for you. For me, I can check all of them because I have really powerful hardware, and yeah, that's pretty much it. For you, make sure to do all of these steps and try it out. good thing I would recommend you to do if you want to actually upgrade your computer like a little bit. I mean, upgrade that memory. Number one, Windows 10 inside the task manager, you could see what type of memory you have, and yeah, it was a very good thing. By the way, in Windows 11 they removed it for some unknown reasons. Anyways, there is a better method. Open your command prompt. This is in Italian, by the way, type command prompt, run it as administrator, and type this command right here. This is the command, make sure to write it, copy from the video and write to your command prompt. Hit enter, of course. I have 2 sticks of RAM, and this way I have 2 of them, and they are of course of the same type. You can simply select and right click on it, simply right click on it to copy. Open your browser and paste it. As you can see, they are selling in very various websites from Amazon, as you can see. By the way, as you can see, it cost me like 25 euro. Yeah, this one is not cheap. By the way, as you can see, this is my memory RAM stick. There is also for the desktop versions. If I desktop ones, they look like this instead. Yeah, they are made like this. So I have this video right here on how to dual boot Linux. This is Linux Ubuntu, the distribution is Linux Ubuntu. I really recommend you if you want to try another operating system instead of using Windows, because Windows is very heavy on the RAM as you've seen previously. Linux Ubuntu just alone itself, by doing nothing, normally uses 1 gig of RAM or 2 gigs of RAM or 1.5 gig of RAM, like definitely much way less compared to Windows, and I recommend to install a dual boot with Linux and try out if you want to use the dual boot. So you have Linux and Windows, I really recommend it if you want to check out. And yeah, I have the tutorial already here, link in the description. I have also this other video right here. This is the comparison between Windows 11 and Linux. You know, if you want really to try out Linux, and yeah, there is this video between the comparison, so if you want, check it out. And don't worry, I have also the video on how to install Roblox on Linux. It's actually the easiest part of the all tutorials I've made. 2-3 commands, you're good to go. You have Roblox on Linux. So if you want to install Linux, do a dual boot, have link in the description. If you want to know the comparison, how it's going to run between Windows 11 and Linux, I have it in the link in the description. To actually install Roblox on Linux, I have everything ready, so don't worry, I have everything ready to use, so you don't have to worry. And I really recommend that try actually Linux before actually reading your computer and do all of this stuff. Method number 5, update the graphics driver. Look, you can open Task Manager also by clicking with the right mouse button right here and click on Task Manager. And do also like this. It's a nice quick shortcut. So if you have here your log inside the performance stats, written your GPU's name, have GPU 0 and GPU 1, you can read them. Well, that's what you actually need. You need to know your GPU name. By the way, if you don't see any name right here, like without any GPU, what you need to do is search for Device Manager. Device Manager, just open it, and you'll need to click on Display Adapters. As you can see here, I have 2 of them. Normally, if you use some cheap or simply normal laptop, you have 1 of them, but in my case, I have 2 of them. If you have 1 or more of these adapters, they're called the GPUs or graphics cards. You need to update your drivers. You simply open your browser and search your GPU name. By the way, for those who have integrated GPU, I want to say, go inside Task Manager and in the performance, of course, on your CPU. If you did skip the checking method, in this really simple example, need to know your vendor name, brand name. In this case, mine is Intel, lineup Core i7. The generation is the 10 generation of Intel Core CPUs, and that's pretty much it for Intel. While for AMD users, you need to know your full CPU name and the generation, the model, and the full name simply. you have to understand your CPU generation, and like in my case, you have also to know your GPU name. So what simply you have to do inside your browser is search for something like this. You have to search for something like this, click on enter, and click on a link where it's written like, for example, Intel 7 Gen to 8 Gen processor graphics or something like this, and simply click on, for example, like here, click on download, on the download button. The way this is currently showing for Intel users. Now I want to show you for the NVIDIA users. Simply, like in my case, I have what I have on NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060. Now, as well, this is a dedicated GPU. I don't have to actually search what generation it is, or etc, etc. I simply write something like this. I can write something like this, then click on enter. Okay, this doesn't looks like a very convenient website. I'm going most probably to leave in description this website right here. Just simply click on drivers. You are going to have a page like this. Select your product, GeForce, or anyway, what is your product? In this case, mine is GeForce. Mine is 30 series notebook. Mine is the 3060 laptop GPU. I am using Windows 11. Here you can select the language of the driver you want to install. I usually use the Italian one because, but the way you anyway click on find at the end, and boom, you are going to have something like this. So there is looks like two of them, the studio driver. If you are like some 3D modeler, you're working on 3D graphics, something like this, you can choose this one. But for me, I am good with this one. So this is the driver I am going to download. I believe you have to click on view. Yes. And just simply right here, click on download. Now this is for the NVIDIA users. Now let me show you for AMD. You go inside the AMD website, this is the website, and click on resources and support, and click on drivers. You can download their own program. It's going to detect all of the drivers automatically. By the way, there is also this thing for the automatic driver updates for the NVIDIA graphics card and for the Intel graphics card. If you wish, they have their own tools. As you can see, this is the Intel. This is how the Intel automatic driver going to looks like. It's going to open your web page like this. It's going to read your computer information. By the way, they have their own NVIDIA app. You can see this is the NVIDIA app. You have to click on drivers, click on up to date. I'll just check for updates right here in this little small icon. It's going to search for drivers, and as you can see, mine is updated to the latest one. And the same is for AMD. By the way, I cannot show you because I don't have a AMD GPU or any AMD hardware. By the way, I can show you how to do it manually. So this is quite a mess. If you have like some integrated one, choose on processors. You select your type of processor you have, like some, if it's some like AMD Ryzen normal, like AMD Ryzen 700 800X or something like this, just click on Ryzen, whatever is written on your CPU name. Anyways, I choose Ryzen for this example. Choose the series. In this case, in this example, I'm going to choose the 7000, and here selected the model. In this case, I said the 700X 3D, this one. Click on submit, and right here, make sure to choose Windows 10 or 11. You need to download the AMD software Adrenaline, this one right here. Click on download. It has pretty much everything. It's all in one actually. You have like the chipset drivers for your processor and the graphics driver all together. But it's not only the graphics driver, it's everything. It's like all in one. So yeah, that's why it's weighs so much. Anyways, I cannot actually show you, but we need to install those packages. Now I don't want to install any of these drivers, because if I do, the current recording I am doing is going to crash, and yeah, lose the whole video I am making. So yeah. So during your installation of your graphics driver, you may experience a black screen, especially if you have only one GPU in your computer. This is because the GPU is the device that makes you see everything that you see on the screen. Without the GPU, you would have only a blank screen, and that's pretty much it. And the driver is simply tells the computer how to use the GPU. As you can understand, by updating the driver, you may experience this blank screen for a few seconds, and yeah, that's pretty much it. This is how the installer of the Intel graphics is going to looks like. This is for the older GPUs of Intel, like the HD graphics. This is how it's going to looks like. While if you have, for example, like the 10 generation of Intel CPUs, the Intel HD graphics installer, like for mine, Intel GPU is going to look like this, even though I don't have any Intel Arc GPU. By the way, it has this very beautiful fancy UI, the new installer of Intel. It looks really beautiful, and yeah, that's pretty much it for Intel. And this is instead for Nvidia. It has this very classic Nvidia thing. It was always like this for pretty much like 10-20 years. It never actually changed. It is still like this even today. What it is, if you do from the website, if you download and install this from the website. While if you try from the app, from the Nvidia app, your own automatic software, it's going to look like much way modern and much way simpler. By the way, I really like the old one. This is how it's going to look like the new one. And that's pretty much it for Nvidia. And this is for AMD. It's going to looks like this. It's two very minimalistic. By the way, really like the AMD style they choose. It's a fully custom by AMD, and I believe it looks really nice and clean and modern. And yeah, I really like it. By the way, this is the software, their app. I believe this looks really cool. By the way, this is from 2022 if you read carefully. Yeah, but it looks really cool. I really like the AMD style they choose. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the AMD side. And that was pretty much it. So once you update your graphics driver, make sure to reboot your computer and check if Roblox runs as it should be. If this method still didn't work, let's pass to the next method. Method number 6. Quick fix system files. Of course, you type cmd and the command prompt, you run as administrator, of course, and you have to use these commands right here. So this is the first command, sfc /scannow. Click, you hit enter, and yeah, some time. Most probably you need to wait like 2-3 minutes, something like this, and you will be fine. And it will tell you if there is something corrupted or not. So the first command was executed. It did complete the verification, and yeah, everything seems fine inside my system. So another one, this one, which going to actually do a little bit of cleanup, looks like from what I read, and restore your system, something like that. Anyways, it's a good command. Maybe it's even better than the previous one. Just check this out. Yeah, this is the command. Just simply, I don't know, want to copy from the description of this video, or simply write as you see right here. Anyways, just simply hit enter. It's going to take more than the previous command, and not looks like it's going to develop faster than the previous command. Anyways, just wait maybe a minute or two, everything should be fine. So he did complete the restore operation, as you can see right here. Yeah, it was successful, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then just try to run Roblox and see if there is any problem. Method number 7, advanced virus scan. So another method would be to use this program right here. Just simply click on download the Microsoft Safety Scanner 64-bit or install the program. There is no actual installation. It's actually already all prepared. You just simply have to accept all of the licensing stuff right here. Click on next. Next, I would recommend a full scan. Now, I recommend to do this if you installed the program like, I don't know, some exploiter, something like this to cheat, hack on Roblox, and after that you see Roblox is crashing you. This is what I actually recommend. By doing this, it's going to take even several hours. Oh, that's a very heavy scan. I really recommend do this scan if you did something like this. I have like 2, 3, 4 storages inside my system, so it's going definitely to take some hours for me. If you have like some smaller storage, some, I don't know, like 250 gigabytes of storage, you use it only for Roblox, so this is going to take maybe like 20 or 10 minutes. Well, for me it's going to take most probably 1 hour or 2. Anyway, just select the full scan. I really recommend this. Click on next, and well, just wait a lot of time, and simply wait and see if the program detects something or not. So here we go. I did complete the scanning. It took like 2 hours for me because I have also a lot of storages and plenty and thousands of files to the scan. So yeah, but if you have like some normal computer, like only like don't know 100 gigabytes, use it something like this. It will take 10 or 20 minutes. But for me, it took 2 hours. But anyways, as you can see, there is no software. You can see I don't have any malware virus, so I'm fine to go. So I can click on finish, and that's pretty much it. So I don't have any malicious or bad software. Anyways, the next step is actually a very hard one, so I better prepare myself for tomorrow. Method number 8, System Healing Upgrade. So this method is a very long method, pretty much like installing your whole system, the same operating system, everything the same version, everything with all the updates and all of this stuff. It's pretty much going to be like filling the holes on a road, pretty much we're going to do. So in case you have some corrupted system files or something is missing, you have a virus attack, something like this method is actually very powerful. Anyways, the first step how to do is open your settings and go inside the about section, and you have to read your Windows specifications. On Windows 11 Enterprise, my version is the 24H2, and this is the build. The build number is very important. I really recommend you also just to copy it, so don't have to write it manually, just make sure to copy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Another thing, go inside Windows Updates and click on Windows Insider program. Look, in my case, I didn't join the Windows Insider program. I am not in, I am out, as you can see. But if you are in, just know in which channel you are. If you are in the beta channel, if you are in the due channel, or you are in the canary channel, something like this. If you are in some channel and if you are inside the Windows Insider program. In this case, I am not, so I am good to go anyways. This is the website from where we are going to download the system. In this case, I have to write Windows. So Windows 11, this is the version, and this is the build number, which is really important because this is the specific version of Windows with all the updates that it contains, all of this stuff. Anyways, then click on the search button, and here you are going to have two options: the PARE86 architecture and the ARM64. ARM64 is those, for example, if you have like if you have one of those fancy new laptops with the Qualcomm Snapdragon X Elite, one of those laptops, something like this. This is for the ARM version. You have to download this version. Anyways, it's not hard to know. You can still once again go inside your settings, about, and here you can read system type. Mine is a 64-bit per 64 processor. Right here you can read this right here. So in this case, I have to download this one. Anyways, just select the version, select the language. Don't ask me why I'm going to choose Italian language. By the way, of course, you choose your language here. Anyways, click on next. Select the edition. Well, as I said previously, go inside the settings. In this case, mine is Windows 11 Enterprise. If you're home or something like this, make sure only to select, to check the boxes where is only your Windows edition is. In this case, I will leave only on Windows Pro because I have Windows Enterprise. So yeah, and if you check more of these boxes, you simply have to download additional packages and more stuff. The process is going to be simply take much more time to actually simply to take much way longer if you check out of these boxes or leave some others. Anyways, simply click on next. Here you have these three options. I would recommend to leave it on download and convert to ISO, and make sure also to check. I would actually recommend to check also these boxes. Actually, I recommend all of these options. So simply click then on create a download package, and you're going to have this thing right here. Anyways, just click on it, and you have to put this inside a folder. Create, for example, like a folder on your desktop, like new folder. Call it Windows, simply name it Windows. Make sure there is no spaces or stuff like this. Simply name it simple as Windows, and just extract these files inside the Windows folder, inside the folder that you made. So you're going to have this stuff right here. These two are for, this one is for Linux, this one is for Mac OS. In this case, I believe you are a Windows user, so we are going to run this one right here. Just double click on it, could show you the screen right here, don't worry, click on run anyway, doesn't matter, this is not a virus, this is a program that is work like this. It will ask for administration accept. In this case right here, click on R, the letter R, then hit enter. So I did choose to run once in this case, and this is going to take a lot of time, I warn you. This will take most probably a few hours or something like this. This is not a simple process, will take maybe like 30 minutes, hour or two. This is going to depend from your internet connection speed, how powerful your computer is, the speed of the storage and all of this stuff. So yeah, just wait simply like 1 hour or 2 hours depending on your computer. Anyways, see you later when it did finish. It did took actually for me 4 hours or 3, something like this. Anyways, click now on 0 or Q to exit, as you can read down right there. And now make sure to once again open your Windows folder and make sure to mount your ISO file image that you did create. This one right here, just simply double click on it and yeah. Make sure now simply to click on setup.exe and accept for administration if it will ask you, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Then a Windows logo should pop up, something like this on your screen, and you have to simply wait and accept all of the terms and just simply continue. This is written in Italian for me, but the way in English is going to look like this. Anyways, you don't care, you simply accept all of the terms, all of the stuff, and click on next. Going to search for some updates and stuff like this. Simply wait there 30 seconds, something like this. Accepted the term and the license and simply wait here. He will check still for some updates, stuff like this. Simply wait a little bit and see if you did everything correct. If you did everything correctly, you should see 2 check marks, one of your Windows edition and one that is on keep your personal files and apps, and then you should click on install and simply wait it to upgrade your computer. But anyways, just simply wait, click on install and wait. So this is the screen of the update. You simply have to wait here for 10 or 20 minutes. Going to reboot alone your computer and do everything. Just simply wait patiently and everything will be fine. So this is what you're going to get as a screen. Anyways, just simply wait patiently and everything is going to be fine. Anyways, I did finish the update. Everything goes successful. You can go inside your Explorer and yeah, everything is okay. Have the image mounted still right here and you see this. Just simply right click on it and click on eject. And you're good to go. Also delete the folder, is not anymore required. Or if you want, you can leave the ISO file image if you want. Use it for the no install a new Windows, something like this. If you want to reinstall Windows, you can use this image right here. Oh yeah, I did forgot. In the search box, search for disk cleanup. Make sure to run as administrator. Make sure your disk is the C letter. On OK. So after he did finish to read all of the stuff, make sure to select all of the boxes. Like select those that you want to actually delete. Make sure to select the previous installation of Windows. You can see it weighs 26 gigabytes. In this case, that's the recycle bin. I don't need. Yeah. Select the boxes that you actually need and want to delete. Then click on OK. Delete files. And just simply wait like around 2-3 minutes, something like this. And about the Windows previous installation, it could ask for confirm if you want to actually delete it. As you can see, it says me about the previous Windows installation. Click on yes. Just simply wait patiently. It's not going to take long. So at the end, the program closes itself automatically and yeah, you're good to go. Everything is the same version, of course. WinWare, if I use, yeah, it's updated to the latest version, as you can see right here. I'm checking some Windows updates. Let's see if there are some of them to do. And yeah, there are non-Windows updates to do for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, like this, you pretty much did fill the holes, maybe the corrupted systems, the corrupted files, the stuff. I got replaced with the original Windows 11 files and all of that stuff. So through this method, it did take a lot of time. I have to say, passed almost 4 hours, 3 hours for sure. Anyways, this was the method and that's pretty much it. Method number 9, clean install. This method we are going very simply to reinstall Windows completely from zero. The procedure is very simple and very quick and fast to do this time. We must probably take still like 1 hour to do, but it's definitely much way faster. So this is the Microsoft official website to download the Windows 11. Make sure to have a USB stick of at least 8 gigabytes. And if you want, you can save all of your most important data inside a USB stick, storage, hard drive, or any external storage. Or you could make a partition, and like this you could save, for example, pictures, videos, files, and all of this very important stuff for you inside a secondary partition. By the way, if you don't know how to do it, now I'm going to show you it really quickly, because when we are going to delete everything of Windows, we are going to delete different various partition of Windows. So to don't confuse this partition with others Windows partition, we're going to show you how to put a name on the partition and how to actually create this partition so you put all of your most important data, and for error you don't delete when we are going to delete the other Windows partition. Make sure to don't delete this backup save data partition, however you want to call it. Anyways, let me show you now it. Search for partition, and this program going to pop up is the create and format hard disk partitions. Of course, open it. So I have actually various partitions and various disks as a tutorial, very quick show. I'm going to choose this partition right here, or anyways the partition you want to shrink, of like 100 gigabytes or how many gigabytes of data you want to save. Right click on it and click on shrink volume. And I can shrink actually 200 gigabytes. By the way, I don't going to do this. What you should write, for example, for 100 gigabytes is something like this, like, so this should be as a R 100,000 megabytes, for example, R 100 gigabytes. Then you click on shrink. Alright, it's doing something, currently creating it, but looks like it's writing all of the data, all of this stuff, looks like it's doing something with the disk. It's going to take like maybe 1 or 2 minutes for me, or yeah, something like this, because it's writing the data and all of this stuff. Anyways, just wait maybe a minute or two, that's pretty much it. Of course, this was not a precise size in megabytes, so this is why it's a little bit less. But anyways, you have then this space, you right click on it and click on new simple volume. Next, make sure to choose the letter if you want, but anyways, next, volume label. Choose a name for the partition right here, call it for example like my saved data, something like this. Then click on next, click on finish, and boom. And here you can really simply, for example, copy like documents, could put it like here. As you can see, I have like 12 gigabytes of stuff inside the documents. Of course, I have a SSD, so that's why it's actually so fast for me. As you can see, it's copy all of my data, all of my documents, images. It's going to take a while. So as you can see, it did copy my documents. As you can see, some gigabytes was already used. 13 gigabytes, of course, and yeah, you save all of your pictures, videos, and whatever you need and want inside this partition right here. And during the installation of Windows, when you're going to delete everything, make sure to don't delete this partition right here, because if you do, you're going to lose all of your data. And make sure to choose this method in case you don't have any large USB stick in the home or any external storage, and this is the only method available for you. Make sure to create a partition like this, save your data, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure to don't delete it. You once again all of your documents and stuff from the storage, and yeah, and once you're done with this process of restoring all of your data after the Windows installation, make sure to go once again inside the disk management program of Windows and make sure to select the partition, right click on it and click on delete volume, yes, and to re-add the size, here click on extend the volume, click on next, select the partition that you used, next, and click on finish, and boom, like this. As you can see, my space is back. I make sure to do this method in case you seriously don't have any other storage device external that are capable of all the data you want to save, and this was a real quick solution in case you don't have space where to save a very large amount of data or don't have any external device. Anyways, this was pretty much it. Now let's continue. No, the installation media, this one in the middle right here, I recommend. Make sure that the USB stick you are going to use doesn't contain any personal data or something like this that you really care about it, because we are going to completely wipe out everything and install Windows on it. Of course, you can later format the USB stick and use it as normally. Download the installation media support, open the media tool creation. It will ask for administration, click on yes. So make sure now to connect your USB stick. Good, now the USB stick is inserted. Make sure to accept everything right here. It's going most probably to take like 10 minutes maybe to download the ISO file. Anyways, depending from your internet connection speed. In this case, yeah, I can choose the language. For this video, I'm going to choose English just for you. Anyways, make sure to select the edition, yeah. Anyways, then click on the next. Make sure you have a USB flash drive. You can also choose to use a ISO file if you want to flash these on a DVD. It says here, but anyways, if you have a flash drive of at least 1 GB here, choose this option right here. Then click on the next. This are my drives. Don't ask me why it has this very weird name. This is the USB stick anyways. Click on the next, and it's going up to format the USB stick. It's going to download first the Windows 11 ISO file image. It's going to take minutes for me because I have a very good internet connection. So yeah. Anyways, just simply wait patiently, and that's pretty much it. So he did finish to make the drive. Make sure to open your browser and search, for example, like your vendor, the vendor of your computer, and with your computer name. For example, like Acer boot menu key, Lenovo boot menu key, Asus boot menu key, and pretty much your vendor name. No, let me show you an actual good way. Search box of Windows, type dxdiag, type this command right here. Click on open and see your system manufacturer. My system manufacturer is Acer, as you can see right here. This is my computer manufacturer, and for example I should search Acer boot menu key and do this for your manufacturer. So for example Lenovo boot menu key, Asus boot menu key, MSI boot menu key, NZXT boot menu key, and all of these very cool vendors name. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Search if you have to enable it into the BIOS, because some laptops like mine, you have actually to enable the boot menu key to actually have the boot menu, you know. Yeah, check if you need to do something like this or not. Anyways, check personally inside your BIOS, and yeah. Anyways, I hope you're ready. You did backup everything, did everything correctly. You don't delete for error or anything very important inside computer, because now we are going to actually delete everything and install a fresh copy of Windows. As you can see, my USB stick is plugged in. In some laptops like mine, to access the boot menu key, you need to enable it into the BIOS. For example, my boot menu key for the BIOS is F2. You need to repeatedly click it. This is my BIOS. If you have a modern BIOS, you can use the mouse. A modern BIOS, I mean a decent BIOS with fancy UI, you can actually use the mouse. But in my case, I cannot use it, as you can see. So you have normally to use these keys right here and then enter button. So I have to navigate into the main, and as you can see, the F12 boot menu key right here is set on enabled. You can also disable it if you want. Enable it, your choice. By the way, make sure to enable it. You can also choose through the boot options if you want to set this as a first boot option, the USB stick it through like the minus key and the plus key. As you can see, I can set, and yeah, pretty much it. But anyways, I here don't want to do anything, so I make sure if you did anything to click on this option, you click on it and you click on yes, select yes. In this case, I select on no because I don't want to do any changes. Anyway, so exit and discard any changes. Anyways, I don't have to do anything, so yeah, make sure to click the F12 key. It's for me, for you it's different, maybe. Anyways, I click the F12 key. Don't ask me why I have 3 of them. Make sure to select, for example, like USB disk or Windows or something like this. USB disk 3.0. Select it. It will take a while to actually load all of the stuff. As you can see right here, it'll take me probably like 1 minute or 2, even faster, and yeah. Anyways, it did load it up, as you can see. Make sure to choose your time if you want a language. If you have more languages, I click on next. Select your key input method. Next, make sure to check this option and click on install Windows 11, or you can actually choose this option if you want. You can try, but honestly, let's do installation. Click on next. Now I don't going to actually do this on my computer, just actually an example. Yeah, searching for disks. It's going to take a while. You can see I have a lot of disks. As you can see here, I have a ton of partitions. You normally have only 3 partitions partitions if you have one storage and you're good to go. I could actually format it and choose where is my Windows partition. So this is my Windows partition. I could actually select it and format it. By the way, I don't want to do it because I don't want to do it. I'm going to show you it inside a virtual machine. So yeah, don't worry, the virtual machine is just like a real computer. I warn you, if you did create a partition to save some data to backup them and later to add again to Windows, you don't forever delete this partition because we are going to delete some of the Windows partitions. We are going to delete the boot partition, the Windows partition itself, and the recovery of Windows we are going to delete. So 3 partitions we are going to delete. Make sure you don't delete for mistake other partitions in case you have multiple disks or something like this. You don't delete the others. You only need to delete these 3 partitions of Windows, and that's pretty much it. So make sure you don't delete for a mistake any other partition, especially if you did create this save data one. In case it asks you for this, click on I don't have a product key. Make sure to select your edition of Windows. In this case, I'm going to choose Windows 11 Home. Then I click on Next and just simply wait patiently, accept everything. Try to show you your disks, your drives, partitions. These are my partitions, as you can see here. This could be a little bit a mess to understand which partition to use and which not. In this case, the 64 gigabytes, this one right here is my main partition. You have to click on delete partition. Make sure to select also this to delete the system one, which is the boot one that weighs 100 megabytes. The MSR, make sure to delete also this one. There is the recovery also, make sure to delete also the recovery. And you're going to have something like this. Just make sure you select the unallocated space and click on the next, and it like this going to do all of the operation and whatever is needed. Click on install. You're going to have a screen like this, of course, in a much better quality compared to mine. It will take approximately maybe 20-30 minutes to finish the installation completely, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Simply wait patiently and everything is going to be fine. So pretty much Windows now it's installed. It's now installing his known update stuff and whatever it's doing. Anyways, it's installed. Make sure now to make the configuration, everything. It did took a few minutes for me, 2-5 minutes to actually install it. For the configuration, it would be like 5 minutes. Anyways, just simply do whatever it asks you. Wait patiently. Everything is fine, as you can see. Later you need to actually install the drivers, Roblox, and all of this stuff. Anyways, yeah, simply wait, and that's it. There could be this very annoying part of the updates that is downloading all of the updates and all of this stuff. Yeah, this will take most probably 10 to 15 minutes, a very boring part, but you know, that's how Windows 11 is, unfortunately. So as you can see, I finished the installation. Now make sure to install any drivers if you need. In this case, I need to install my VMware tools. In your case, if you have a real computer, you maybe don't have even to do nothing, most probably nothing. But in my case, I have, for example, like some graphical drivers, like from NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, one of those, I mean. Make sure now to install Roblox and see if it works or there is still some problems. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I am unfortunately inside a virtual machine, so I guess I cannot actually play Roblox inside a virtual machine. Unfortunately, whenever I try to open Roblox player, as you can see, it doesn't open. Try to open it, but it crashes. But at least I can show you inside the Roblox studio that this actually works. I hope. Let's see. Okay, it's very broken on a virtual machine. But as you can see, it's working. Like, not good, not perfect, but it's working. No, it's not a very beautiful experience, as you can guess. It's very laggy also, unfortunately. But yeah, as you can see, it's working, like, not good because it is a virtual machine, but this is Windows 11. It's installed and it works. Anyways, they closed Roblox Studio because I got tired. Let me show you something really quickly if this method still didn't work for you. Method number 10, try Linux. So this is Linux. This is the distribution of Arch Linux. So this is my Linux distribution. This is Arch Linux, as you can see. It's not using a lot of memory, like 4 gigabytes. But this is because I have a lot of programs and stuff going on. Normally weighs like 1 gig or 1.5 or something like this. So this is Roblox, as you can see. I can play Roblox. This is the Roblox launcher, as you can see. It's just like a computer version. You can choose to play games here and all of this stuff. By the way, if you wish and like, you can always still use the browser. Launch from the browser, as you can see. Let's try, for example, like Car Crusher 2. Okay, this is because it's already opened, so you normally have to close it. And then you click on this button. And as you can see, it did launch. As you can see, I can play in the window mode. I can click the F11 key. I can choose to see my FPS and all of this stuff. There is everything in the settings, the FPS, the switch lock, and all of the stuff. As you can see, graphics is set to max quality. I get over 100 FPS, as you can see. And yeah, as you can see, I can play Roblox. With this car, you don't go really far away, but as you can see, it's playable and looks actually amazing. I want to say very beautiful, doesn't? Yeah, it looks very good. The graphics. Let's go a bit into the rally side. Yeah, it's a very fantastic fluid experience inside Linux. And if you want, you can actually install Linux. It's not a very hard process, but you have to be very careful. If you want to do a dual boot, if you especially want to try dual boot, it's going to be a hard thing to do a bit. Like not hard, just as you can see, this is a very good experience, fluid. Really enjoyed this experience. You can see the car is a little bit broken. Yeah, but everything is very fluid, very nice to run, and yeah, that's pretty much it. By the way, if you wanna really install it, try it, you can do this dual boot right here. This is still for Ubuntu, the latest one available. It's I made it inside the month of November. You can watch this video right here. As you can see, this is Linux Ubuntu. This is the installation part of the partitions, and yeah, you can, as always, I said, play Roblox, all of this stuff. I also have this part right here where I show you how to delete it in case you don't want any more Linux Ubuntu. By the way, I really recommend the Linux Ubuntu in case you are a very new user, don't know what even Linux is. Yeah, it's a very good distro. Like, I mean, you can literally play BMG Drive if you wish. There is also the possibility to play all of these Windows games. Remember you once again, if you want, there is the comparison between Windows 11 and Linux. So you know what you're going to install and what results you're going to get, plus minus. And this is the latest tutorial I made, as you can see. This is for 2025, literally 5 January. So yeah, 2 weeks ago I made this video right here. I was still using Linux Ubuntu before passing it to Arch Linux. And yeah, as you can see, it's working. Yeah, you can also play it on virtual machines because it's in another way. But as you can see, you can actually play Roblox on Linux. But anyways, it was pretty much it. So the last method is actually to try out Linux, do a dual boot, or if you want, you can delete Windows completely and install on the Linux if you wish. By the way, I don't recommend if you're some new user. You're going to use Linux Ubuntu for the first time. Actually recommend you to use Linux Ubuntu instead of a very advanced like Arch Linux distribution, which is very advanced to install and all of this stuff. Anyways, try Linux. This is the last method I actually recommend you. Dual boot, single boot, whatever. Tell me what you think about it. And one last thing, if this method did actually work for you, or if any of these methods, make sure to leave me a beautiful comment, or there is some issue or whatever. Make sure to leave a beautiful like to this video, to subscribe to my channel, and make sure to activate the little beautiful bell. And that's pretty much it. Thank you a lot for watching pretty much for like 1 hour this video. It's very long, very hard to make. For me, it took me like 1 week to make. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I thank you a lot once again for your time, and I really wish you a good day and a good year, and goodbye.